Right. So going from a steady paycheck to doing something where it's almost 100% commission and also something that you haven't done before. How did you convince your wife to let you do this? At the time, were you expecting at the time when you made the move?
No, I made the move and then we found out
Okay,
like
okay.
a week after. And it's crazy because with Verizon being like a Fortune 50 company, they
Yeah.
have great health benefits, 401ks, and I knew going into this mortgage business I would have to leave all that behind.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a big I had to sell my wife on it as well.
Right,
You know,
right.
it's a sales job, but there were long nights where we talked about it. But ultimately, I think at the end of the day, she was more concerned about my health and my overall happiness. And she knew I wasn't happy doing retail sales. And I don't know many people who are.
Right.
You know, you do get to go into work a little bit later, but you're also going to stay there very late,
Right.
which can take a toll on your body. And then dealing with retail level customers, man, some of them they're just so different. Like you wouldn't speak to someone like that when if I was at a bar, I was a bartender,
Right.
you would never speak to me like that.
Right.
But for whatever reason in a real retail environment, I feel like people just can say whatever they want and get away with a lot of things.
Yeah. Dang. So going into your new mortgage broker job, did you kind of have to plan out, I might not be making money for the first few months, so we need to kind of budget? Or did you have any of those financial plans going into it, or did you just take the leap?
Well, I cashed out my 401k because
okay.
I wasn't going to be able to contribute to it anyway from the new company. But good thing I stayed at Verizon for enough time to be fully vested in that. So I did have some savings set aside.
But when you cash out your 401k though, did you have to have, were there like tax penalties?
So when you cash out your 401k, and I don't recommend you do that if if at all possible, they consider that as earned income for the year.
Oh.
So for 2019 is the year when I cashed it out. I got a 1099 recently saying, hey, this is extra income that you earned. But they do give you the option, hey, do you want to pay some taxes on this right now? So I said, yeah, take some taxes out so that I don't have to pay too much.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you had kind of that as a safety nest.
Correct.
While you're kind of getting acclimated to the mortgage broker. So how long did it take for you to really get into the groove of being a mortgage broker? Because I'm sure it wasn't like you hit the ground running, right?
No, absolutely not, man. I don't know, people listening who might have received a message from me. I went on like a rampage the first month. Like I'm gonna message everyone I can to let them know my career change. Because I mean, with a mortgage, you're not gonna start off just with a line of customers. You're gonna have to really build a book of business. So for me, I expected it to happen right away. Just me being me. I tend to think that I overthink and I'm overconfident in a lot of things and think, hey, I'm gonna just make it happen. But which wasn't the case. But I'd say it took at least a good 4 to 6 months until it really started kind of rolling in. Yeah.
So of all the people that you messaged of your friend base, were there a lot that reached back out saying, oh, I do need to?
Actually, no, man.
No?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think directly telling someone like that, it's really one of the worst ways to market yourself and approach. Now that I look back at it a year now.
What would you say was the most effective ways of you like bringing in customers?
For me, I think Instagram works the best, just kind of giving them an insight into what goes on in my life and, kind of just putting myself out there and having people recognize that I do mortgages in a more indirect way instead of, hey, I'm going to just blow up your inbox and write you a paragraph on my career change.
Right.
And, I mean, that's exactly what I did. It didn't work. I didn't get any business through that.
So more of the broader marketing instead of individual messages. Oh, that's good to know. That's a good nugget right there. Okay. And so now that you're like a year into
1 year in.
how are you happy with the change that you made?
Yeah, definitely happier.
Are there, so I'm assuming the paychecks are bigger.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to disclose your income in any way, but I'm assuming just because it is commission based and knowing how mortgages are,
Right.
I'm sure the paychecks are bigger. So that's probably a huge plus now that you have your son.
Yeah, yeah,
But are there any cons, any regrets that you have that you left behind in at Verizon?
yeah. Not really.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I did let go of my health insurance plan
Mm.
that was super cheap
Mm.
and the 401k, but I would let go of those two things in a heartbeat again if, I was going to be happier, work
Right.
less hours and do less work, to be honest with you.
I
Yeah.
see. So do you feel like your health and overall happiness has improved?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow, wow. So I mean, yeah, this whole the whole career transition is such a me personally, I don't think I could ever do it just because I'm a very fearful and insecure person. So speaking to someone like me, if there were an opportunity for me to be happier in a new job, what are some of the advices that you would give to me to try to either convince me or make me feel better about the jump?
Kind of things that I told myself too when I made the jump
Uh,
is if this doesn't work out, I can go back to work again. I can find something, again. It's
right,
really not, a final decision. Who knows? I might not do this for, the next 15, 20 years. I could also change again.
right,
I think a lot of people, millennials especially, they change jobs more frequently than before.
right.
And that's just what I told myself. This isn't the end of the story. I could also change again to another job if I have to.